to our next topic and talk about Ryan Reynolds and Madonna and all of that good stuff. So, according to reports, so I'm sure y'all heard, like when we saw, what was it, maybe the first um trailer? I don't remember which trailer what it was, but one of the things that had me cackling was when they included Like a Prayer in the trailer. And I was living for every moment of that. And I'm just glad that we had that. I was like, okay, so the thing with that is how the hell, number one, did y'all get Madonna to sign off on using her song for this movie when we all know Madonna is someone who is very picky in regards of allowing her art to be projected into or signing off on, you know, commercials, whatever the case is when it comes to her music, which I've always said, like, I don't understand why she would be so hard in licensing her music to other people. I mean, first of all, that's a check, but I guess she takes her art very seriously and she doesn't want people just be using her likeness for a bunch of BS. So, with the highly anticipated Deadpool and Wolverine less than a week away, the film star, co-writer, and producer Ryan Reynolds and director Sean Levy have shared how they managed to get the license to use Madonna's 1989 hit "Like a Prayer" in the upcoming superhero movie. Now, during an interview with Andy Cohen on Sirius XM on Friday, July 19th, the two actors that would also be, we should include, Hugh Jackman and Ryan in this conversation dished on the making of the movie with director Sean Levy, and in particular, the lengths they went to get a Madonna song in the final cut. So it turns out Reynolds and Jackman, along with Levy, teamed up together and met with the Material Girl in person in hopes of getting her to give her permission to license Like a Prayer for the film. And you want to know something? What if that sidebar, because Robert did bring this up, you just said well, I don't know, because this is a clip I'm going to cut up later on for the show. For those who weren't watching the full show and when we were in the conversations, whatever, Robert was mentioning people who were being cast in the Madonna biopic. And the word on the curb is that Hugh Jackman has been cast to play Rupert Everett in, who co-starred with her in The Next Best Thing. And that was supposed to be her gay bestie, but they had a falling out. And he's going to play him in her biopic. And I'm sitting there like, maybe that was part of the deal. What if she said, I have this biopic that I'm working on, and I will sign off on it if you agree to play this part in my movie? And he probably was like, deal. It doesn't say it in the article, but this got the wheels turning now. It's like, it kind of makes sense. So, they said it did involve a personal visit to Madonna where we showed Madonna the sequence where Like a Prayer would be used. This is what Levy 55 explained to Cohen in the audience. Reynolds, who's 47, made a point of interjecting to share how difficult it can be to get Madonna to license one of her songs, especially Like a Prayer, which is the lead single and title track for her fourth studio album, saying it was a big deal to ask for it and certainly a bigger deal to use it. The Wade Wilson slash Deadpool actor confessed about the 1989 smash hit before adding, we went over and met with her and sort of showed her how it was being used and where and why. Levy chimed in on the topic of conversation, revealed how the meeting with the legendary pop superstar felt like they were meeting royalty. That's because y'all are. Always a comedian. Reynolds said he asked one of Madonna's team if she had a preference to how she liked to be addressed when introduced the first time. Like, am I allowed to say Madonna? He recalled of their conversation, like, hello, Madonna, I'm Ryan. Not only did Madonna sign off on the licensing for usage of the song, she also wrote down a few notes on where she thought certain parts of Like a Prayer would be a perfect fit. Saying she gave a great note, Reynolds said. She watched it, and I'm not kidding. She said, you need to do this. And damn it, if she wasn't like spot on. Levy agreed with the assessment, and then they proceeded to make the change within the next 2 days, saying we literally went into a new recording session within 48 hours to do this note. It made the sequence better. Now, while he didn't ask if she had seen any of the popular franchise. It sounds like the Queen of Pop's son, being a big fan of the first two Deadpool films, may have helped with their cause in the end. Now, co-written with Patrick Leonard, Like a Prayer and its elements of pop, rock, gospel, and funk, went on to become Madonna's seventh number one hit at the time in 1989. And the album also received universal acclaim from music critics and went on to become an international success, reaching the top of the charts in 20 countries. So I should say this. Now, they didn't say which son um, was a fan of Like a Prayer, but I'm assuming David Banda, because I don't know if Rocco. I mean, Rocco definitely gives me like he would be a fan of the franchise or whatever. But you know, I'm guessing maybe David Banda had probably played a role in getting this, of being like he's a fan of the whole Deadpool franchise because they're living together. But at the time, I guess they were living together. But now David living on his own. We're gonna get to that topic right after this one. But um I'm guessing that's what it is because they didn't mention the article which son may have had the influence. And Madonna definitely always gives me this idea of, you know what, she seems to be someone who I'm just not just going to be like, oh yeah, I can just sign off. I was like, you know what? If you're going to use my song, this is where I feel like it would be more crucial to add the song in this part because it would resonate more. And knowing when we watched the trailer, we did say a lot of people were saying that, oh my God, this song is perfect to be used for this trailer. And it's not on the soundtrack, but at least it did what needed to be done in the trailer and it got us all excited. But I should point out, you know what? Deadpool was released in 2016 and went on to gross $782.8 million against a budget of $58 million. So if you could make a Deadpool movie look really good under, for a small budget, where Ryan said that he had to come the at peace with the fact that he was going to get paid to make that movie. He was so passionate about Deadpool that he actually used his money to pay the writers to be on set. So he had his two writers. They all came and they worked on the script. And that's what I feel like is true artistry. That's something I would definitely do. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. If the industry is not going to do what needs to be done regarding paying people a fair wage, then I, as a person who's in a position of privilege and success in Hollywood, I'm going to take this check that I have. I'm going to use that money to fund these people and keep them here so that we can get the best movie that we need to get out of this thing. And when you prove to these people who sit around here running scared and pinching every damn penny, realize, oh, you have a big budget or you have a big franchise or future IP on your hands, then they give you the freedom to be like, okay, so now we've made so much money. So now we're going to give them the freedom to do whatever it is that they want. And so now that's where Ryan is because he believed in this project so much. And that just goes for anybody in the future. If you have an idea and you believe so wholeheartedly in an idea or something like that, then you go and you risk whatever you have to, even nights where you're not going to eat or you're going to be broke or whatever the case is, to make sure that shit happens because Hollywood is unforgiving. And you really got to have a strong sense of self and a backbone in order to survive. Eat or be eaten. But I should also point out that Deadpool 2, which came out in 2018, of course, because the first one was so good, it was a huge hit. And it made more than, well, slightly more. Because while the original film made $782.8 million, the sequel made $785.8 million with a budget of $110 million. And it was directed by David Leitch, who, went on to direct so many other action films like Atomic Blonde, The Fall Guy. He also he co-directed the original John Wick movie. Like, he's done a lot of action films. So David Leitch is, one of those guys that I'm a fan of his stuff. And it had a slightly bigger budget, but look, it made $785 million. And a lot of people believe this will be the first film that grosses $1 billion. Based off the big numbers and everything that everybody's saying, I was going to crush at the box office. So, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do with Wolverine and how they're going to interject his character in this thing. And I should also point out, Deadpool and Wolverine just came out in the UK today. I heard that it's out. I am avoiding social media like the plague because I do not want anybody out here spoiling all the damn cameos. So I want to go in as freshly surprised as possible. I've been avoiding all this other stuff for weeks. I already know X-20 is going to be in it because the damn commercial revealed Daphne Keane, older, is in the damn movie. So I need y'all to stop with the promotion, stop with the new trailers, stop with the spoilers, stop with all this stuff. Like y'all have our tickets. We're all excited to see the film. So I need the the MCU and all y'all lot. I need y'all to relax, calm down. You're gonna make your money. At this point, stop with the commercial. We don't need no more trailers. Y'all got the people's money. It's gonna be a huge hit. Relax. We don't need no more. Okay? So I'm saying all this to say, what do y'all think of this story? Are you guys excited like I am to see this new Deadpool the Wolverine movie and all that good stuff and hearing this story, the behind the scenes of what they had to do to get the Madonna situation? Because them going on Andy Cohen show, that old homosexual had to go on them and ask that question because he's obsessed with the queen. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.